Hey, Llama here. Welcome to preparing for Ark Survival Ascended. In this series, I started out fresh on the island on official PVE. This is Ark Survival Evolved, but I'm limited to only items and creatures available in the base game on the island to give a realistic perspective on what starting out on Ark Survival Ascended might be like. So you may remember from the last video we did the central cave and we did the lava cave, and we got ourselves the artifact of the clever and the artifact of the massive, which gives us all the artifacts that we need to do the broodmother fight, which is a really good start. We'd already got the artifact of the brute in the easier underwater cave when we were doing the loot crate buff thing, and we still need two other artifacts. So the artifact of the Devious, I think it is, and the artifact of the pack, to be able to do the Megapithecus fight. So we're going to look at getting ourselves those today, and one of those is, I think it's the artifact of the Devious, is found in a cave on Carno Island. So we're going to head over there first. So before we do that, I've headed over to Metal Mountain here, and you can see this vault ahead of me. I'd like to share a little trick that I've discovered with this. So I've been grinding away metal over here on Metal Mountain. I've been using an RG and an Anki, and just ferrying the metal backwards and forwards into this vault. And you can see the vault, it's not jam-packed full, but we've got a bit of crystal in there. We've got a lot of metal, and we've got some obsidian. So what is that, 216 slots, something like that. Now, if I hop on the Rhino, and if I've got some sap or the resin in my inventory, I can do the structure pickup, and I can pick up that vault, and you can see by the weight indicator on the right, it is only recognizing the weight of the vault and not the contents. Just have a quick look in the inventory, and I can show you. There you go, 143 out of 1526. So it doesn't recognize any of that metal that we're carrying, and we can use that to ferry all of that metal back to our base so we can cook it up. Here we go. So we got all the metal loaded in the furnace. Let's get that started, and we'll leave that going. Grab ourselves a UD8. Brilliant. Okay, and here we are over on Carno Island. So I've taken the opportunity to build myself a little hut here out of stone where I can keep the thyla, so I don't have to keep ferrying it backwards and forwards. I'll just leave it here. And then what I can do is, because I'm on the lookout now for a decent health Rex, I've had some good mutations on melee. I've had 2 decent mutations on melee, but my health level of the Rexes is still really bad. So what I want to do is I want to just keep doing laps around Carno Island, killing everything in sight, and wait for a Rex to spawn that's got some decent health that I can tame. So I'm just going to kill everything, look for something worthwhile, and keep going around until we find something. And I'll probably bring you back if we get something decent. Alright, here we go. It's been a little while. What do we got over there? We got a... what's that? Level 40. That's no good. We do have a Alpha Carno though. And, oh, is that another... there's another Rex there. Okay. Let's take out this Alpha first. So Alpha's obviously really good for XP. The only thing you've got to watch with the thyla is, because it does the bleed damage, is that if the Alpha dies from the bleed damage, you don't get the XP. So you have to make the killing blow. So just keep chomping away and hope that it's the bite that kills us, not the bleed. And there we go. Yep, so we got the kill because the yellow writing came up the top and said so. Right, that's the level 40. What's this other one? Oh, 145. Let's go. Alright, now we've just got to watch these RGs don't do too much damage to it. So ideally I want to try and kill them without killing the Rex. Okay, let's get the shotgun out. Maybe that'll be a better way of doing it. Oh, I just heard another Rex. Ah, there's the level 40. Alright, we'll kill him. Don't want him getting involved. Okay, get rid of that one. Back to the RGs. Now these RGs will do even a low level RG will do a fair bit of damage to a Rex. But it looks like this Rex has got it under control. Let's just help it out a bit. There we go. Okay. Now, he's going to come for me. I need to stand next to the RG so he eats the body. Which should help him heal a bit. Oh, ouch. 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 And there we go. Got the RG. Alright. Now, I cannot really tame it on this side of the island. So, I need to lead it over to the more peaceful side of the island where stuff doesn't spawn. So that I can knock it out. So let's try and lead it over. Hopefully not too much respawns over here. Oh, that's not going to help. Now, of course, you can't shoot directly behind you when you're on a thyla. Let's put the trank darts in there because we don't want to do more damage by shooting it with bullets. Alright, we've got some RGs over here. I'm going to take these out rather than lead the Rex over to them. Because, again, I don't want them damaging it. Alright, the Rex seems to have lost interest. Let's go back and see if we can get it following us again. I hate shooting on the back of things with a controller on a console. I believe it's a lot easier with a mouse if you're on PC. You can actually sort of run and shoot and things like that. I've seen a lot of PC players do it quite effortlessly, but when you get on a controller, you tend to sort of it's really hard to control to shoot while you're riding or shoot while you're flying as well. Maybe it's just me. Alright, so two ways you can do this. You can sort of run backwards and forwards and shoot this guy as he runs towards you. Or you can just sit there and tank it, but my thyla doesn't have enough health for me to be able to do that, so I'm going to do it the first way. Alright, so we're going to lead it over to the other side of the island and then knock it out. I'll bring you back then. Alright, so she's torpor running. I've ditched the thyla. I'm on foot now, fairly safe. She won't attack me now. So a few more hits and she should drop, hopefully. There we go. Nice. Okay, so while we're waiting for our Rex to be ready to be fed, we can take the opportunity to do the artifact cave. So the cave's just over here near where we found that Rex. And there's the entrance. This is a nice big entrance. Actually, I'll show you the... I've actually brought a GPS, believe it or not. So there you go. 14.8, 85.2 are the coordinates, and you can see up there, top right, on Carno Island. This is the artifact of the Devious in this cave. So, we've got all our caving gear, we're on the thyla, we've got the otter, we're good to go. This is a nice wide entrance. You can take a thyla straight in this cave, no cryopods required, and you get into this little pool on the inside, and then we've just got a short swim which we can make on the thyla. It will fit through. No scuba required. It's a really, really short underwater section, just literally under here and then back up there. Nice and easy. And we end up here. We've got some baddies straight off as we come up out of the water. So it's advisable to come up on your tame. This cave, you've got lots of bats. Lots of bats. So we can take those out. We've got our antidote if we need it. But again, like we did with the previous cave, the best plan is to shoot them from a distance and get them to come towards you, and then deal with them on your terms. And that will also help in not getting pushed off. So the drop in this cave is quite significant. You can just jump all the way down there, if you've got a decent enough thyla, but it will take full damage because it is quite a drop. But you know the thyla takes reduced full damage, so it's still not too bad. Alright, we've got all those bats coming our way. We're going to clear them out before we head down into the cave. Nice. Oop. So they still do a knockback sort of thing on the thyla, but as you can see, I'm not skipping around like I was in the Barry in the previous video, so nowhere near as bad. The other thing that this cave is good for is Megalania. So for the Megapithecus fight, you actually need the Megalania toxin, and so I find in this cave you usually get 1 or 2 in here at a time, and you can just, I'd go through and clear the cave first because they'll be on the walls or on the ceiling, and then just take a shot at them, let them drop, and then you can kill them without anything else attacking you. Some spiders here. There's a path that leads all the way down in this cave, but there are these little broken areas that you need to jump across. But the thyla handles them without a problem, so if anything, you've just got to be careful not to overshoot them. Now, we've got a little ledge across here, so we need to... nothing to worry about over there. We're going to jump across to this other side. You can see the artifact all the way down the bottom there. Take out this scorpion and this angry dung beetle. Well, I'm getting mobbed by dung beetles. What's a 130? Yeah, there you go. You can see the artifact down the bottom there. So we'll just make our way down there, down the path. There's nothing too much on the way down by the looks of it. I think we managed to pull most of the bats towards us while we were up the top, but there are a lot of bats down on floor level as well. So if we keep going down here, we've got one down there, which is hardly going to be a problem. Another thing we've got to jump over. Spider. Yep, there's another bat. There's a couple more down there. So you can't see any Megalania. There are usually, like, sometimes you get 2 in here, but there is almost guaranteed to be 1 in here somewhere. They're just a little hard to spot because they tend to be sort of like a, you know, greyish, brownish kind of colour. They blend in really well with the rocks. So you've got to keep an eye out. A lot easier to find when you've got a tech helmet. But we don't have one of those because that's the Alpha Broodmother fight. You get that. Let's get these bats out of the way. Oh, there we go. We got some more. They look like they were wall bats. Love a good wall bat. Okay, almost. So again, I think I've said it with some of the other caves. These are not high level creatures. These are just regular sort of, you know, max 150 creatures. So nothing above. No level 380s or anything stupid like that. We've got a blue drop here. It's almost certainly going to be bad. Okay, we've got a ramshackle long neck rifle blueprint 104. Why would you bother? Just going to cost you more materials for a little bit more durability. Okay, we'll take these bats out. Alright, that's That's all the stuff down here. Now we've got just the stuff around the artifact. I'm going to shed a bit of weight if I can. Oh, let's get rid of all this. As you can see, we picked up a fair bit there. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. Yep, there we go. Oh, what a cool colour bat. These bats are, they're so painful to tame. To have tamed a couple of these. Well, that was a 150 spider. Tamed a couple of those bats, they're a real pain. Alright, so, oh, we're a bit encumbered there. Let's see if we can get rid of a bit of weight. Now, we cannot walk through. I'm keeping an eye out for a Megalania, see if I can find one. No, I still can't see anything. So we can't walk through that doorway with the thyla, it won't fit, but you can jump over that little gap. Best to clear everything out from here. So sometimes there'll be stuff that the artifact, sort of, when the artifact is in place, it will hold things away from you. So you could I could hop off the thyla and those bats may not have attacked me, but the moment I pick the artifact up, they'd be free. So you just got to be careful that there's nothing hiding around the corner, that when you pick up the artifact, it's going to jump out and grab you, because you don't want to get bitten by a spider or a snake in here and end up falling asleep. That would be bad. Alright, let's grab the artifact and hop on the thyla. That is the artifact of the Devious. Now we're going to hang around, going to grab another one of those and whack it in the otter, and then we're going to move on. Alright, here we are. We are back in the swamp, and this is the next cave. So this is called the Upper South Cave. This is actually quite near our base. It's not a far walk. You'll notice we're back on the baryonyx, because the thyla will not fit through this passage. There we go, that's where we are. Coordinates are 68.2 by 56.2. Quite an easy cave to find, just in the side of the rock in the swamp. Alright, let's head on in. So this is, again, not a real hard cave, to be honest. You get the usual sort of cave stuff in here, so spiders, scorpions, arthros. Don't think there's a lot in the way of bats in here. I'm not sure if bats actually spawn in here, but definitely the rest of the stuff you do get. And in the water you get sarcos and piranhas. So we're going to stick to the right as we go through. I use those sort of brain mushrooms as a marker to make sure I'm going in the right direction. Head down the right down here, and we should start coming across stuff as we go around this corner. And you can see there's no way the thyla would fit through here. So this is a definite baryonyx cave. The other upside of bringing the baryonyx is that oh no, we do have bats in here. There we go. The other upside of bringing the baryonyx is that there is water in this cave. Now I'm going to skip the water because there's a point that you can get to with a grapple hook, which is how I'm going to get to the artifact. But you can also get to it by swimming through a sequence of tunnels underwater. You'll need scuba to be able to do it. You might be able to do it with Lazarus chowder, I'm not 100% sure, but you do have sarcos in the water and piranha, and the problem is the sarcos can dismount you. So if you're not quick enough with the baryonyx to be able to stun them, they can take you off your mount, and then the piranhas will leap onto you. We've got an arthro there. Let's try and take it out with the shotgun. Okay, there we go. It's only a level 20. If you didn't know, arthros take increased damage from firearms. So shotgun's a really good way of getting rid of them. Okay, we've got some snakes in there. This is just a dead end here. Oh, we've got some bats as well. So let's take out all the locals. Another snake. I probably shouldn't say this, but we've been pretty lucky in not getting the mega rabies so far in these caves. So I think the lava cave, I think we did get it. Other than that, we've been pretty good. Alright, snakes. These are, again, these tunnels, you've got to watch out for stuff that's hidden in the wall. Oh, there we go, a bit of lag. You've got to watch out for stuff that's hidden in the wall. I think I've said it before, but I really hope that's something that they fix in ASA. It would be really good to be able to see the things that are going to kill you. I think it would help massively. Alright, now I want to keep the fish meat, but I want to get rid of the rest. So the Barry will use the fish meat to heal, but the rest of the meat it will not. And I've forgotten to turn off harvesting on the Barry. I turned it back on again to go and get the fish meat. And I don't know, I'm not hopping off just yet. So stick to the right on this one. The right is always right. And yeah, there's another arthro. See if we can get in a better spot to take that out. Go. Oh, only low level. Oh, there's another one. Oh, that's spat. There's another. Oh, level 95. So I'm wearing a bit of flak here, but it is good flak, so it should make it through a few arthro spits, hopefully. Okay, I'll get these bats. I get the feeling I've actually come down the wrong path. I think sometimes there's a loot drop spawns down here. And there's a whole load of bad stuff here. And then there's actually a rock there that looks like it's a mineable rock. Okay, I didn't bring a pickaxe with me. Wish I had. Don't know if there's anything behind there or not. Maybe we'll try that again another time. But anyway, this is where we need to go. Keep going down. That's it. Keep going down, and then we should get to an area that again opens out a bit. Yep, there we go. Round this corner. And there's an explorer note there. It's an extra XP boost. Now, if we run down here, we're pretty much down to where we get to the grapple section. Oh, look, a load of wall creatures. Oh, spiders coming out from behind. That's alright. My Barry is more than capable of handling that without any issues at all. We've got a snake there. Let's take that out before we go anywhere. Nice. Alright, head towards this, the brown glue. There we go, more of those mushrooms. Got like a bit of an aberration feel to it because of the mushrooms, this cave. Alright, let's head down here. And then we should get to, there's another ruin down here with another explorer node on it. Which we can go through, or we can just bypass the ruin and go straight down to where the water is. Let's drop that, put the fish meat back in. Now I think if you go up there and go to the right, you can also get across to where the artifact is. think. But you need to be on foot and you need to grapple across because the ceiling's too low, I think, for you to be able to jump. You've got to sort of like jump across rocks on the barry, and I don't think you can manage it without getting off. I tend to find getting off your mount in caves is a nice way to die. Alright, get rid of those. Now we're going to go down this way. Yeah, we've got a couple of arthros by the looks of it. Let's take them out. Avoid any nasty surprises. This guy as well. Yep. And a sneaky snake. Or two. Yep, there we go. Oh, 140. Gee, not bad. Alright, so that's kind of the area that we're going to end up coming down to. But let's go through the ruin, because if we go through there, there's an explorer node in there we can pick up. And again, the barry can get through here, can get through these arches without a problem. There's the note. Knock that one over, thank you. Down the stairs. Down to that next level. So we've got a snake down here. And then I think we should have cleared all the rest of this. That's one of those ferocious dung beetles. Let's get rid of that. Alright, so this water usually contains a few sarcos, 2 or 3, maybe more. A lot of piranha. I don't know if we can see them in the water. No, they're not really showing up on the spyglass, but it does not mean they are not there. This pool is deeper than you would expect, and often you'll get a loot crate will spawn down there. I think you can see the glow is probably from a blue loot crate. It is not worth getting in the water for. So, like I said, there's 2 ways of doing it. You can go down there and swim towards the back of this cave. Can't see anything. Towards the back of this cave, there is then a entrance to an underwater tunnel that you go through, and you follow a sequence of tunnels. And I think I've done it once on a barry. You go through and follow basically the green glowing mushroom and fungal stuff through the tunnels, and eventually you will come up to where the artifact is. But there is a much better way of doing it. So we're going to leave the baryonyx here. We've got a level. Let's pump that in. Nice. Should be okay here on his own. So if we hop off and he's on neutral, we'll just leave him there. I'm going to grab the grapple hook. Now if you see that, you can see that sort of triangle shaped section there ahead of us. I'm going to aim the grapple hook up towards it, and that's really where we want to land the grapple, about there. And winch ourselves up. So that triangle is actually a little hole, a little gap that you can climb through. We're not close enough. You've got to get quite close to the edge of the rock, and then sometimes you can get grabbed by a sarco, so be careful. There we go. So grapple ourselves up here, and yep, you can see that leads into a little tunnel. Now switch to the switch to the shotgun fairly quickly, because there's often, you get snakes up here, you can get bats, spiders, sometimes in this tunnel, and sometimes hidden in the wall. So, oh, again, I can hear a bat. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's see if we can take it out before it gets to us. Oh, one shot, level 15, good. Glad that was a level 15 and not a 140 or something. Okay. That seems relatively clear. Now we'll just go along this path, and the artifact is at the end, and then, so yeah, you can see the glowing stuff from the artifact, and then there is a pool of water on the other side of the artifact, which is where you would come up if you'd gone through the underwater tunnels. Now, again, you've still got to be really careful here because you can get Sarcos in that pool just behind the artifact. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. And while you are grabbing the artifact, they can jump up out of the water and ruin your day. So just be cautious of that. I tend to sort of inch towards this a bit slowly. Let's grab the shotgun. Yeah, inch towards the artifact and wait for the prompt to come up. There we go. Grab that and then back away. Nice. That's it. Alright, so we're going to chuck that in the otter and then we're going to wait for another one to respawn. Okay, so we've got our artifacts. How do we get back down to the baryonyx? Well, we get back down exactly the same way we came up. Let's grab the grapple hook. And we try and get as close to the barrier as we can with the grapple hook and winch ourselves across. Now, as we're going across, we're going to feel like we're hitting the water. You just kind of skim across the top of it, get to the barrier, let go of the grapple, hop on the barrier as quick as you can, and then if anything chases you out of the water, you can deal with it. Alright, well that's the artifact of the pack. Let's head on back to base. Back out the way we came in. And there we go. The artifact of the pack, the artifact of the Devious, and we've got that added with the artifact of the Brute. We now have the 3 artifacts required to do the Megapithecus. And what does that mean? It means next time we're ready to do some boss fighting. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe drop us a like, subscribe if you like the content, you want to see more, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm Llama, and I'm out of here.